first came out to LA in 1967, I think, and I got into session work, serious session work, when I was 18. And 40 years since, I've been pretty much primarily an acoustic guitar player on recording sessions. Although I've played electric on a lot of dates, my primary axe was always an acoustic guitar. And I've used one guitar pretty much as my main guitar for that whole period. But I've never really been excited enough over a specific acoustic guitar to do any endorsements until now, until I met Ron and took a look at his fantastic work that he does. It just floored me. And although they looked really great, the proof of the pudding was really how they were going to sound on my lap, because I'm not really a technical guy. I tend to go with what I hear, what my ears hear, and what my fingers feel. I'm not one of those guys that'll sit around and talk serial numbers and all that. I leave that for the people who make guitars. But for me, the proof of the pudding is when I'm on a recording session and I take that guitar and I strum it. I've always been a studio musician. I've never really, although I've toured with everybody and I've toured all over the planet playing in concert halls and clubs, my career started as a recording session musician, which is what I consider myself first and foremost. And that's a very disciplined background. To be able to be a recording session guitar player requires an incredible amount of discipline. And what's important to me is the sound that I'm able to bring to the recording date. And not too many guitars really measure up to my demands as a guitarist. Therefore, I usually had to bring like 3 or 4 guitars to the date. I have the bar really high for the kind of guitars that I like to play in the studio. They have to deliver, they have to do the job. And Ron's guitar, when I first put that thing in my lap, the only bad thing about it was that I didn't have it 40 years ago when I first started recording, because it really performs in the same way that I used to have to use 3 guitars to make it perform. It has great highs, great lows, great sustain, and that's important for me. So I'm very critical on guitars. I just don't pick one up, any guitar up, and go into the studio. The guitar has to deliver, and I can't hide behind a jukebox or a bar or a crowd. It's just me, the stool, the microphone, and the guitar. So I'm very critical about what I play, what I put in my lap, and what I bring to the recording session. And Ron's guitars have really turned me around as a player, and I'm so excited about the tone, the quality of the wood, and the craftsmanship that he puts into it. I bring that to the recording studio, and it's really an exciting thing that unfortunately only a few of us can experience, a few of us that have the guitar, and it's magic, and his guitar has just totally blown me away.
We have developed a technique in the Helstern guitar, the acoustical guitar, that hasn't been tried before, and we think it's got a better sound, the way it sustains, the way it resonates, than any other guitar that's been made. And our hopes are, when you play the Helstern guitar, that you're going to have just as much excitement, just as much fun as Kevin and I are making the guitars. We developed a technique in the Helstern guitar that is so special. The way it resonates, the way it sustains, is totally remarkable. When you play the Helstern guitar, we just want you to have just as much fun, just as much excitement as we have had making it here.
They're extremely nice. They're all kinds of exotic woods. There's something that's completely different than anything you're going to find in any music store hanging on the wall. From the wood that they're made out of, the process of the construction of the guitar, the precision of the measurements on the frets and the strings and the nut and the bridge, and just the way everything is put together is so precise and so precision. And you need that in order to get a perfect sounding guitar. I mean, the harmonics, everything has to fit together just perfect. There aren't any plastic parts, there's no plastic bindings, everything's wood. This is maple, no plastic pick guards. We make everything right here. We make the bridges, we make the nuts, we make the saddles, we make everything. The bridge and the nut are deer antler, we make them out of bone. The pick guard is usually a piece of wood that's on the guitar somewhere else to blend it in, whether it be the same as the back or the bridge or the fretboard. This is a wangi. This is all wangi on top of this guitar. This is a piece of wangi. Sitka spruce, the most common for guitar tops. This one's the zebra wood. This is what we're using for the JB1, John Beelan's guitar. You can see the zebra wood on the top and the back. And this one's a quarter sawn. We're going to use a flat cut on that one. It has a prettier grain on the back, but still it has a very unique grain. This is from Africa. It's not like an assembly line that you might find in any other guitar factory where you've got multiple guitars going down the row and not everything is perfectly, precision fit. They have an assembly line and they throw it all together, and you can take that guitar off the shelf and try and tune it, and you can tune it, make it sound good. It sounds like it's in tune, but it's not perfect. And it's that precision and that perfection that makes one guitar stand apart from the next. I mean, it's the combination of the types of wood we're using, some of the techniques we have in the shape of the guitar. Everything comes together to give this guitar a whole, complete, better, full sound than any guitar you're going to find hanging on the shelf anywhere.
I think we've captured in the Helstern Guitar more than just a sound. I think we've captured an experience here. The way it sustains, the way it resonates is totally incredible.